Well, who wants to know how this is going to end for me? I am in my last days of my life, and I'm going to lose this Godhead as feminine. And I will be elsewheres in God, deceasement as myself, but I don't have that I'll be appearing in this feminine Godhead, even though I have much to say about myself deceased. How do we know that? I'm saying it now, it's no. I made a lot of threats in my life. And then I'm come to myself deceased that there are other threats that I made, and they are dismissive of some of my previous anger. But what about my anger that I really felt in the moment? Alive happened, and alived the threatening of that I was angry, and then other threatening unfolded. But what I find is the recurring theme overall that leaves me wondering is, who and what are you that is not myself, that needs me to be here for yourselves being in this low property? I am here in a room that looks like this. I am not myself because this room looks like this. That's the difference. And so somebody who needs to be in a world with the property that looks like this, that has a wall like this, that has a door frame that's shaped like this, that has acclimation, if it has heating and cooling and it has those requirements, I'm not here because I need that. I'm here because you need that. And I want to know why you have claimed all the properties with keys and locked me out of everywhere, and you're the ones who need something called heating and cooling, air conditioning, you need acclimation, you need accommodation of utilities, you need like water, power, sewer. You need that for yourselves. You need that here, as in you alive around the property that's making that around me. It's this motion, it's a small motion of the property that is being made around myself. I'm not here because that is here. And you just made me die out of all of ever, created ever, because you think that being in a low world is hard. That's what you think. You think I'm lucky that I am myself in a low world because it's very hard to be here. Well, I'll tell you this. You're not in an upper world because it's not alive that way for you. It's not hard to be in an upper world. You're not in an upper world because you don't alive yourself in a higher way. You're not in a higher creation because you don't alive yourself in a higher creation. And that's how you never answered the question of why I am here in a low world. And it's very hard to be here. It's deceased to be here in the money, and that's what's wrong with it. That means it's deceased the wrong way. But what happens after that? Well, where did who go when it was deceased the wrong way because of that you were mixing with money, you weren't paying out to the bank, and then you died an unclaimed death in a jail in a prison with a deceased address. You put money in an address when your money is supposed to be frozen in the bank and it doesn't have an address. It has that it's in the bank, maybe God's computer's in the bank, and that the people who are illegally making money in the bank, they are to be in a deceased address of a prison. Well, if they're taking money out of the bank, they could be anywhere. They could be using the money of the bank, or they could be anywhere, and they're not. I don't know if Hahn's dad is using money in the banking. I know he has credit card. Uh, so does he have banking? I've never seen my parents' finances before I had to get off their money.